Welcome to the Application Testing Suite video training series. This is a video recording of Application Testing Suite 12.4 new features and updates. My name is Carolyn Louie and I'm a Principal Product Manager for Application Testing Suite. This presentation covers new features and updates we have in Oracle Application Testing Suite Release 12.4. The video recording will run for approximately 23 minutes. We will begin with an overview of the new features for OpenScript for functional testing. OpenScript 12.4 introduced a new EBS Forms module for JRE7 support. There is now a new feature to record Siebel OpenUI name attributes. In addition, we have also released a Siebel OpenUI function library created by our very own Siebel QA team. The 12.4 release supports Firefox 24 ESR browser and Chrome browsers release 32 and higher. However, we continue to support testing Chrome 27 to 31. In the area of Web Window Capture Page API, previously all screenshots are saved to the results directory. With this release, users can now specify the location to store their screenshots using this API. Finally, we have expanded our ADF solution by adding support for ADF context info component for functional testing, as well as adding a new getItems API to enhance support for the ADF Select Many Choice component. The first update I want to introduce for 12.4 functional testing is JRE7 support for the EBS Forms module. Prior to 12.4, our support for JRE 1.6 was up to build 38, and our support for JRE 1.7 was up to 1.7 build 11. With the 12.4 release, we now support JRE 1.6 build 10 to 45 and JRE 1.7 up to build 45. One thing to note is eBusiness Suite versions running on JInitiator are not supported in 12.4. Users who are required to test with Oracle JInitiator should use Oracle Application Testing Suite version 12.3 or older. For the new JRE7 support, it is required to enable EBS automation from the Tools menu. This will copy the required DLLs into the JRE folder. A confirmation window will appear when the installation is completed. What's important to note is EBS Forms automation should be disabled after testing is complete. It should also be disabled prior to uninstalling OpenScript. Disabling automation will remove the ATS DLLs from the JRE folder. As mentioned on the slide, I will go ahead and demonstrate how to enable EBS automation. After launching OpenScript, click on File, New, select Oracle EBS Forms under the Functional Testing folder and click Next. Save the script. And here we'll have a new script created. Click on Tools and select Enable EBS Forms Automation. This will prompt OpenScript to copy the ATS DLLs to the active JRE folders. A pop-up window will confirm that install action has succeeded, so just click on OK to dismiss it. When testing is complete, please remember to go to Tools, disable EBS Forms Automation to uninstall the DLLs from the JRE folders. With the new JRE7 support, OpenScript will automatically try to record Forms components with unique control names. This is how it looks like in TreeView and Java Code View when the Forms recording is recorded with unique names. If this does not happen, then please refer to OpenScript User's Guide Chapter 7.1.2 for instructions to enable recording with unique control names. In December 2012, Oracle released Siebel CRM using OpenUI web-based technology. Because OpenUI uses a web user interface, the Web Functional Testing Accelerator should be used to record Siebel OpenUI scripts. Siebel OpenUI has unique name attributes to identify the object. These attributes are repository name or RN, object type or OT, and UI name or UN for short. OpenScript is the only tool on the market which can identify Siebel OpenUI objects using RN, OT, and UN name attributes. This is a result of the collaboration between ATS and Siebel team. In order to record with OpenUI name attributes, there are a couple of requirements that needs to be met. The first thing is to enable Siebel test automation according to the instructions from OpenScript User's Guide, Chapter 18.2.3. The second requirement is to append SWE CMD equals auto on to the recording URL to record OpenUI name attributes. After these requirements have been met, you will see that the OpenUI name attributes are recorded in both tree view and Java code view. The attributes are denoted by RN, which stands for repository name, OT, which stands for object type, and UN, which stands for UI name. In order to further extend the script, our Oracle Siebel QA team created an OpenUI function library. This library is not required, however, could be used to further extend the script. The library is downloadable today from the Oracle Technology Network ATS site. Please visit the Siebel OpenUI function library chapter in OpenScript Programmer's Reference for download instructions, usage, and documentation of the function library. After downloading the function library and importing it, simply add the function library as a script asset to the web script, and it can be used to extend a recorded script. Here are some diagrams to demonstrate the flow of how to add the function library to a script. For Siebel OpenUI, first you would create a web script under the functional testing folder. Then go to the Assets tab, highlight Scripts, and click on Add. Navigate to the function library and click OK. The result is the function library will be added to the web script as a script asset. The OpenScript Programmer's Reference Guide can be found in the Oracle ATS installation directory, Docs, and the language folder of your preference. On a Linux server, the path is the same except for you will need to navigate to the Oracle ATS installation directory. Chapter 16 has all the information you need for the Siebel OpenUI function library. The instructions will walk you through from downloading the OpenUI function library to unzipping it, creating a web script, adding it as an asset, and how to call the functions. Let's go ahead and download the function library from the Oracle Technology Network. Accept the license agreement and scroll down to the Test Starter Kit section. Then click on the link for Siebel OpenUI function library to download it. Save it locally to the file system and then unzip it. Create a web functional testing script for your Siebel OpenUI testing project and then add the function library as a script asset. Let's go ahead and demonstrate how to do that. Click on the new icon to create a new script. Select Web Accelerator under the Functional Testing folder and create a new script for Siebel OpenUI. You can proceed to record the Siebel OpenUI script at this point, and then later on add the function library. However, for demo purpose, I will go ahead and add the OpenUI function library now. And to do so, click on the Assets tab, highlight Scripts, click on Add, and navigate to the Siebel OpenUI function library. Select Function Lib, and then click OK. Once the function library is added to the script as a script asset, users can call the functions either from the tree view or from the Java code view. From the tree view, right-click on any node and select Add Other. Navigate to the function lib library and highlight any of the functions that you want to call and click OK. From the Java code view, type the name of the function library alias. In this case, it's function lib, followed by a period, and then press the Control Space keys at the same time to invoke IntelliSense to see the list of functions. Let's quickly take a look at how this works in OpenScript. Here we are in the tree view. Right-click on any node, select Add Other. Expand script functions, expand the function library, and then browse through the list of functions available and select and use any of them. After selecting the function, you need to populate the required fields and click OK to insert the function into the script. From the Java code view, you will see that there is a function library class added, and this is the alias of the function library. Use this alias to call the functions in the function library. After entering the period, OpenScript will automatically display the list of functions available in the Siebel OpenUI function library. Scroll through any of these functions and highlight the function, and the Java doc will display on the right-hand pane to display more information about the function call. Double-click on any of the functions to insert it into the script and then update it accordingly. Another new feature we have added in 12.4 is support for the Firefox 24 ESR browser. ATS 12.4 now supports Firefox 24 ESR browser for record and playback on Windows. There is also support for playback on Linux. 12.4 also provides support for Chrome Release 32 and above for functional testing playback on Windows. As mentioned previously, we continue to support Chrome versions 27 to 31. The steps mentioned below is only required for Chrome 32 and above. There are a couple of ways to playback in Chrome 32 and newer browsers. One way is to add the Always Authorized Plugins parameter from OpenScript Preferences. To do this, click on View, OpenScript Preferences, expand General, and then highlight Browsers. Remember to select Chrome for the playback dropdown, and add --always--authorized-plugins into the Additional Arguments field under the Chrome section. Entering that parameter into OpenScript Preferences will allow OpenScript to play back in Chrome every single time with that parameter. Another way to enable playback for Chrome Release 32 and above is to call the Add Extra Params API from the Java code view. Please note this is only required if you do not want to add the parameter into OpenScript Preferences. So either you would need to add the parameter via the Java code view through the script, or you need to go to OpenScript Preferences and add it in the Additional Arguments field. For those who are playing back the script from the command line, users should add the -browser.extraargs argument to the command line. One very important note to add is for command line playback, there is a space after the double quote in --always authorized plugins. In 12.3 and previous releases, the default behavior for Web Window Capture Page API is to save the screenshot to the results directory. Now in 12.4, user can now specify the file location to save the screenshots. And this is done through the code by entering the path to the folder where you want to save the screenshot. In this example, we are saving the playback screenshots in the C directory at the following location. You can see that after playback, the screenshots are saved to the regression testing folder as indicated in the Capture Page API. In 12.4, we expanded our ADF solution by adding support for ADF context info component for recording and playback in ADF functional testing. Actions inside the ADF context info component will be recorded into the script and simulated during playback. Along the lines of ADF, there is a new API to retrieve the list of values from ADF Select Many Choice object. The ADF Select Many Choice GetItems API will return all list items except for the top node, which is all. So here we have an example of the Select Many Choice object, which contains a list of items. Using the ADF Select Many Choice GetItems API, we'll retrieve the list of items for playback. There are some general enhancements and announcements in 12.4. With regards to OpenScript reporting, there are some minor enhancements, such as printing the OATS version and browser information during playback. There is also a new timestamp column in the result report and results pane, which displays the actual time of playback. We added support for Oracle Linux 6, and starting with 12.4, ATS no longer supports Windows XP due to its end of life. The OpenScript result report now shows the OpenScript version used for playback. Browser type and version used is also printed in the result report and results view. We received input from our users that sometimes they play back the same script in different browsers. Therefore, this information is extremely useful when the user does not remember which environment the script was played back in. The OpenScript result report and results view now has a new timestamp column. This column provides the actual time the step node was executed. Having this information is useful when user needs to check the application server log in case there are errors. ATS 12.4 is certified for Oracle Linux 6 64-bit operating system across the entire product line. Oracle Linux 6 can be used for command line playback in Firefox or as an agent for both Oracle Load Testing and Oracle Test Manager. The ATS agent should be installed on the Linux server at a minimum. This is a playback-only feature, and recording and debugging should still take place on a Windows system. On April 8, 2014, Microsoft ended support for the Windows XP operating system. As a result, we have also ended our support for Windows XP. More information regarding Microsoft's announcement can be found at the website referenced here. Here is an overview of the new features for OpenScript for load testing and Oracle Load Testing. There are a number of new browsers added for browser emulation in Oracle Load Testing. We also added support for Oracle Linux 6 for Oracle Load Testing. In 12.3, we had a pretty good list of browser emulation for load testing. We extended this in 12.4 by adding a number of new desktop and mobile browsers in order to emulate users with modern desktop and mobile web browsers. Most notably, we added Chrome and Safari browsers in addition to the newer Firefox and Internet Explorer browser versions such as Firefox 17 and 24 in addition to Internet Explorer 9 and 10. The 12.4 release was certified for Oracle Linux 6 64-bit for both Oracle Load Testing Server and Agent. We now support both Oracle Enterprise Linux 5 and 6. Here is an overview of the new features for Oracle Test Manager in 12.4. There is a new feature to add test cases to an existing test set run in Oracle Test Manager. Users can now also run a test case for as many times as they like and then manually complete a test set run. We have a couple of exciting new test set reports in Oracle Test Manager, and also there is certification for Oracle Linux 6. In OTM 12.3 and previous releases, users cannot add new test cases to an existing test set run. Once a test run is created, the test cases are static. Starting with 12.4, there is now an Add Test to this run link to add test cases to an existing run. This feature is helpful when there is a need to add more test cases to a test run during a mid-test cycle. To demonstrate the flow, first you will need to select Show All Tests from the Runs dropdown. Following that, click on the Add Edit link. Add any new test cases and click OK. Afterwards, select the existing run from the Runs dropdown, and then click on Add Tests to this run link and repeat step 3. I will now go over this process in Oracle Test Manager. Here we have a test set called Regression Test with 3 test cases. There's already a test run created for this, and we want to add more test cases to this existing test run. To do so, select Show All Tests from the Runs dropdown. Click on Add Edit link. Either search for the test cases you want to add or click on the tree view to manually select the test cases and add them. Let's go ahead and add test cases 4 and 5 and click OK. So from the Show All Tests run, you'll see that test cases 4 and 5 has been added. The next step is to select the existing run, which is already in progress. After selecting the existing run, you will not see the test cases that you have added to all runs. To add those new test cases, click on the Add Test to this run link, and then select it from the selections available here. You will see here that the test cases added to the previous run are italicized, while the new test cases added are not. Click OK, and for this particular test run, you will now see the new test cases, and you will be able to run them. In 12.3 and previous releases, when all the test cases from a test set has been executed, the test set's run status is automatically set and user cannot rerun a test case. Starting with 12.4, test runs are complete only when user selects Action, Complete this run. This provides the tester an opportunity to rerun a failed test case without having to create a new test run. Let's quickly walk through this process. In this example, we have a test set with 2 test cases that are passed. Notice that the result is incomplete. To set the test run as complete, hover over Actions and select Complete this run. A pop-up will appear asking the user if they are sure they want to mark the test set run as complete. Once you click OK, you cannot change the test run status to be incomplete again. So please make sure you really want to mark the test set run as complete before clicking on OK. After clicking on OK, the result of the test run will be displayed in the result column. Going back to the test run we had created previously, notice that all the runs have completed and that the status under the result column is incomplete. The user can re-execute any of these test cases as they wish. So let's go ahead and re-execute this test case that has a warning. And in this example, we will go ahead and pass the test case. Now that all of the test cases have been executed, and in some cases, some of them have been re-executed, to complete this test run, hover over Actions and select Complete this run. A pop-up will appear. Make sure you really want to mark the test set run as complete, and then click on OK. After marking the test run as complete, the result will be displayed in the result column under the Run History section, and the run will no longer be available under the Runs dropdown. There are a couple of new reports in ATS 12.4 for OTM. One of them is the Test Set Execution Summary Report. This report shows an aggregate of the test case results from all test set runs. The links in the table are clickable and drills down into the test case results to see detailed information for each test step. Let's quickly take a look at the report. To see the report, click on the Reports tab, expand Public Reports folder if it's not already expanded, and then expand the Other Reports folder. Highlight the Test Set Execution Summary Report, and on the right-hand pane you will see the report. Under the Name column you will see the test set, and then the next column is Run Name. If you have more than one test runs, it will be displayed for each test set. Click on any of the links in the status columns to drill down into the test cases. For each test case, you can further drill down by clicking on the test case link in order to see the test step results. Another new report in OTM 12.4 is the Test Set Execution Trend Report. This report shows the trend of the test set runs based on status. The Data View tab shows the information in a table format. As with any reports in OTM, graphical reports can be exported to JPEG, while table reports can be exported to Excel or HTML format. This makes it easy to report on the progress of a test cycle, sprint, release, or project. Let's quickly take a look at the report in OTM. The report again can be seen in the Reports tab under the Other Reports folder. Simply highlight the report Test Set Execution Trend, and you will see a graphical view of the test set runs. Click on the Data View tab and the information will be presented in a table format. Click on any of these buttons to export the report. The 12.4 release was certified for Oracle Linux 6 64-bit for both OTM Server and OTM Agent. We now support both Oracle Enterprise Linux 5 and 6 for Oracle Test Manager, among other flavors of the Windows operating system. This concludes the Application Testing Suite 12.4 New Features and Updates presentation. Thank you for watching.